listening to the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. Yes, it is Sunday night, and you're listening to the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. Rocking from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, even maybe in Antarctica. Be sure to follow and like and subscribe to us on our other social media platforms. Live here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Cooley Cool Show. And congratulations to the NFC and AFC champs, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both of them are going to the Super Bowl. We'll be getting started in just a few moments. You're listening here to Cooley Cool's Modern Trap Music. Yep, you're listening here to the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show. All right, now you're listening here on the coolest of the cool, the coolest talk radio, the coolest podcast around. You're listening here to the coolest of the cool. And without further ado, we're about to get this intergalactic, cosmic, interstellar show on its way. So without further ado, here is your host, Brad. Thank you very much. You're listening here live on the coolest of the cool, the Cooley Cool Show with your host, Brent, kicking here on this Sunday. And for Sunday, well, we usually do Sunday Night Vibes, but it's a little bit different topic. But we had two football games today. If you haven't already known that the NFC conference champs are the Philadelphia Eagles, and the AFC conference champs are the Kansas City Chiefs. And both of them squaring off at the Super Bowl. Awesome. Games were really good. Got to watch them. I'm not going to say which team I wanted to win. I'm going to ruffle those feathers. Just going to say, not going to ruffle them feathers. So, we're going to go ahead, and the topic of discussion is, do aliens exist? I don't know. Do they? Do aliens exist, or is it a massive deception by the entire world's elites of the elites? And otherwise, when I say that, Is it fueled by money? Is it fueled by people wanting to make more money, have money, continue on with making more money by having people believe in something that, let's just say, for the past, I guess, ever since mankind could scribble on some walls and some papers and stone, that they've seen things from other planet, well, not other planets, things from out of this world. It's kind of funny considering the fact that around the world, every culture, every civilization has pretty much has an indication of some type of beings coming from the heavens, coming down and visiting mankind, making their imprint, talking to them, taking them up to the mothership, and all types of other shit. So, in that essence, is it really? Do aliens really exist? Considering the fact that other parts, like I said, other parts of the country and other world have had their own renditions of what they think aliens have, and apparently all these aliens sightings across the world are pretty much the exact same when you break it down. So let's just start off with the very obviousness. It's usually typically the sightings. And we always bent on that these alien sightings are apparently spacecrafts that are hovering or floating in the air and they have lights on. So let's put it this way. So these beings or alien spaceships, or as otherwise as we know it today, UFOs, they need headlights. So apparently aliens and their advanced technology of traveling the cosmos, planet to planet, universe to universe, galaxy to galaxy, they need light in order to see where the hell they're going. You would think with all their advanced technology and all their skillful might of being extraterrestrials and, being super highly smart, you would think they would probably come up with something other than having bright light in order to see through things or see in areas. Kind of would wonder that. I think that in itself would probably be a little bit primitive, don't you think? Aliens need light, a flashlight to be able to travel. You probably want to think maybe don't they have like some type of MVG kind of set where they can actually see through the dark, not be noticed by a massive group of people looking up into the sky saying, "Holy shit, what is that?" Oh, it's I don't know what it is. It's an unidentified object. Holy shit! Oh my gosh! You know, just saying. I don't think that civilization or alien species is maybe that technical or that intelligent if they need light. And then some skeptic will be like, well, of course they need to see their way. They have to be able to find and navigate through. But if they're, like I said, traveling the cosmos and doing interstellar travel, why would they need any type of light in order to travel? I mean, let's look at this. Um, let's see, did the Starship Enterprise, well, the Star Trek or Star Trek Enterprise, did that ship ever have headlights at the front of its spaceship? I think not. Hmm. What else? Did the Death Star in Star Wars, the big ass thing, did it have headlights to see where it was going? Matter of fact, did any of those spacecrafts in Star Wars have headlights to see where they were going? I don't think so. Now, if I'm wrong, let me know. Show me something, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have headlights looking and going to where they're at and informing everybody, hey, we're here. What are you doing? What's going on? You got to open your mind a little bit. Figure the odds on the massive craziness to all these, sites. But then, as always, we'll have people say, well, that it has to be some truth. It has to be some truth to it. Because other, civilizations around the world have seen the same thing. and then they've been beamed up by some light and taken into the mothership and brought into the mothership. And as they're brought into the mothership, they're given these examinations. The aliens have put them on a flat surface where they can do some experimentations on them. Do some experimentations? Okay, so the aliens want to know the physiology and the biological makeup of humans. So let me put it this way. So we've heard that sometimes that there have been mutilations of animals and things of that nature. So aliens will kind of steer off from having to take animals and stuff up there, but they want to take human beings because they feel as though they need to try to figure out these creatures that can talk, walk, drive, cuss, slap somebody upside the head when they get angry at them, throw a right hook, uppercut, fight for a living, get paid for it, play football, baseball, throw a ball, you know, all this type of stuff. They want to study us, you know. They want to go after the probably the most aggressive ass species on the planet. Beam them up with a ray of light just to do some experimentations. But in the essence of all this situation, it always says, and from what people have heard, they said, I was shocked. I was frozen in fright. I couldn't move. There was shock on me. I was put on a table and I was butt naked and I was given a thorough examination. So these aliens apparently have PhD degrees and doctorate degrees in medicine. So they're essentially a doctor giving physical examinations. So if you next time you do need a physical examination and you don't feel like paying one from your doctor or paying the copay, maybe that examination you got from the alien that beamed you up might suffice enough to show whoever you need to show it to say, I got a physical examination from an alien. That's just saying. I mean, that should count, right? I mean, these aliens are doing, physical examinations. So just make sure that they don't send you a check in the near future talking about it costs this amount of money to, do your examination, beam you up and everything. So, just saying. And, it just, it's very fascinating when you kind of try to think about why everybody has the same type of sightings or scenes. I mean, for the longest time, people would always be like, when I was a kid, I used to watch the show Sightings. I don't know if you ever watched the show Sightings. You used to watch the show Sightings. Sightings was a good show back then. It got you kind of invested, kind of thinking, and it was always like, these crazy aliens, creatures, whatever, mysteries. And one of the big things was crop circles. And if you were a farmer or whatever, and you saw these crop circles and it was different type of designs on it, everybody would be like, "Oh my gosh, aliens came to your fucking farm and your cornfield, and they made these intricate designs, and it's pointing up to the cosmos, and they're sending a message and all this." And you're like, really? Like, and people was like, really, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this." Though we've found out that's been disproven, that man, as in human beings, have pretty much made the deception on that by doing crop circles, you know, and making those intricate designs, which actually it's not that hard to do. Actually, when the summer comes, because we are in the winter up here in North America, um, next time your grass grows and you got a bigger grass, take like a pallet, like a wood pallet or a fence pallet, anything like that, and you have high grass, slowly stomp on it by inch in a fashion and do a circle pattern. I guarantee you'll come up with some type of circular design, circular pattern, some type of way. Guaranteed, you know. And you could tell me maybe if you took the time enough over a course of a couple of days and you didn't tell anybody that you were going to go out to the cornfield and do this shit just to get some type of notoriety and some type of publicity, I'm pretty sure you might get a couple people that will probably buy into the fact that your farm or whatever was had aliens visit just to do some graffiti on your on your crops, your cabbage patch, field, and your carrots too. And let me know if you know the they left some money behind for the damage they did. And I just wonder, just throwing that out for a limp too. You know, but massive deceptions almost around the corner with certain things. But like I said, apparently this is not just happened in one remote location. Apparently everybody apparently has had, oh, it happened here, it happened here, it happened there. It's like people almost are in a frenzy when they start talking about this. Everybody knows somebody or somebody who thinks this and that, or it's maybe happened to them, or and everybody goes along with the whole program as far as, oh, that's what aliens do. That's what they do. They do this, they do that. They beam you up in a light. They give you examinations. They flying saucers. They move incredibly fast. You know, no one knows exactly what they are or where they come from. They always come from the outer space into the clouds, the sky. You know, they do the really crazy stuff at nighttime. It's always in the nighttime when they do this because apparently, you know, aliens are like cat burglars. So they got to do the deception and do their bad shit at night because they don't want to get caught during the daytime. Even though some aliens do shit during the day. Well, some sightings have been done during the daytime because I guess they didn't get a hold of what daylight saving time was here around the world in America for some odd reason. So they forgot to set their clocks back and came a little bit early than nightfall. So maybe that's what probably could have happened. Just, could it? It's a possibility because considering the fact that we don't know whether or not aliens truly exist or, I mean, you got to put it to me this way. Aliens, for some odd reason, we've never had physical evidence. I mean, well, the government is never going to tell us the truth anyway. So, but we've never had any hard physical evidence. We've had video cameras, VHSs, maybe some nowadays people's cell phones captured. But, I mean, is it me or do aliens have great ways of being somewhere but then getting out of Dodge real quick? I mean, just like Bigfoot. I mean, the Yeti. I mean, the Sasquatch. Apparently, these types of creatures, I mean, shit. And nowadays in times with people with video recording and capturing, you're more liable to find yourself on the internet picking your nose than ever seeing what Bigfoot really looks like. So, yeah, people are like, well, back in the 60s, they captured. Really? So you're telling me Bigfoot back in the day in the 60s was walking around with, like it happened to turn his head and looking back and said, oh, I see you, but, I'm not going to get upset and I'm going to run at you like a bear and try to maul you. No, I'm just going to keep walking off in the direction where I came from and live in the wilderness, and just be by myself and bothered. Just a huge ape or the abominable snowman living in, the fuck the Mongolian Himalayan mountains, in Arctic fucking temperatures, and just not be bothered with anybody and just be content with whatever they're doing. Just saying. I mean, and so you're gonna tell me that aliens? I mean, and then another thing, as I said before on previous my podcast, why is it that certain individuals get to see these aliens, these UFOs, and almost every single time, and this is probably the key kicker, almost every single time, it's always these prominent people, these rich peoples, these contributors to society, these people that have everything going good for them. That's like, it's bling, 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 gong, ching, ching. Like every time. It's prominent people. They're like, I saw it. And they're highly educated too. And they see these fucking air spacecrafts and fucking aliens. And everybody takes their word. They're like, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, you saw a fucking UFO. And, we're going to believe them, because they can't be deceptive. They can't be lying. There's no way they could ever lie. But you ask the person in the lower class, the ghetto, the hood, you know, the broke down trailer homes. You ask them if they seen something, and they're like, "Yeah, I saw something up there, and it was crazy. It came down." You're gonna be like, "Fuck out of here." Or somebody, yeah, man, I'm sorry. I saw the man. He was walking down the street, bro. And as he was walking down the street, I was like, yo, what up? He was like, yo, what up? But he did with the like old alien hand thing, like, you know. But we're gonna look at them saying, yeah, that them people, they're on drugs or they have something severely problem. They're not right in the head. They need to be checked out. Well, taken to a hospital and checked the fuck in. You know, why are we so quick to judge? Why are we so quick to fucking do that? But prominent person over here who's good contributor, we're gonna take their word for it. We're gonna probably be a little bit skeptical because we're gonna wonder what the hell they're gonna talk about. But we're more you know able to kind of look at what they're saying in a way, be like, you know what, that they might be telling the goddamn truth, as opposed to Jim Bob or fucking Leroy, you know who shit just don't fucking seem to go their way halftime, and they say the same shit, and it's like, oh, they're crazy. I don't. That's wrong. The whole shit should be taken as, hey, listen to the person. But like I said, I'm just Brent here on the coolest of the cool show, telling you my crazy shit. So you're probably saying that dude's just talking out his ass. But what I'm saying is some real common sense talk to let you know shit just doesn't make sense half the goddamn time. And anytime with these alien sightings and scenes, like I said before, it's always at nighttime, like always in the middle of motherfucking night. Rarely do they ever make a daytime appearance. And if they were to make a daytime appearance, is it for show? But then again, let's now look on the other side of this. Do you think that maybe all these sightings and scenes are orchestrated by some type of organization, some type of group that has continuously said, hey, we have to feed the myth because we must have a type of system of control over people? And as a system of control, the system of control is making people fear something that they do not know or don't understand. Because theoretically, if you don't have a clue on and you don't understand, you are more prone and you're more subject to having fear upon it. So, as for instance, many of us don't know whether or not aliens exist, don't know whether UFO sightings are true, but there's always that luring possibility that it might be true considering it's never been debunked. That maybe there's a mass deception out there to control us, to make us fear something from the sky above, because it's a way to keep us in line for whatever reason. And there's also the other factor as thinking, as many people have said, if there was a huge alien invasion or whatever, all the whole world would come together in unity and harmony just to defeat this, certain alien things, whatever. Many people say that could happen. That's a possibility. But at the same sense, you know, if the aliens haven't decided to come down yet and do this, what's the fucking holdup? You know, like literally. And many people says, well, the aliens want to see us grow and they want to watch how we develop, and the right time they'll come down and discuss it with us, but only with the prominent people, that they'll come down and talk and have a conversation and discuss the new accolades of the new moralities of the fastest of, time, travel, and space, and infinity, and beyond. Really? Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. Like, some shit, you just have to fucking look at it with kind of a common sense perspective on to understand that um there's massive deception going on, and literally, if they're going to sell you on something, it's to sell you on for certain things. So back to, maybe it's a collaborated group of certain elites of the elites who do this for profit and gain, and when doing this, it eludes the fact that there's nothing, or could be nothing else out there, which is a possibility, and to maintain certain structure and control over the people. As I said before, if you have something from an outer or whatever that's unknown, you're more prone to be afraid of it because you're not sure about it. You know? Think about it. It's true. But, you just have to be able to kind of judge for yourself. If you believe in aliens, you believe in aliens. Because most people, if they say they believe in aliens, they believe because they figure there's so much out there, so much space out there in the outer space to just only be us out there. And that's it. Nothing else, nobody else. It's just us. So your idea and your thought process goes back to, fuck no. It just can't be just us. There has to be other organisms, life forms that are out there. Though we're told by astronomers and scientists that our planets are inhabitable for any type of life forms. For instance, think about it. We go Mercury. Mercury's too goddamn close to the sun. There's no way. There's no way any type of life can form live on Mercury. Go to Venus. There's no way any type of life form can live on Venus. It's a toxic waste form that the whole rotation of Venus rotates the opposite direction of how Earth rotates. And you have the third rock from the sun, which is Earth, which has all the major things, has water, life, everything, oxygen, air, you know, life is created here for us and all these type of different species of creatures, organisms here on Earth. Then you have Mars. We've sent things to Mars, but fuck, does anybody know if Mars have that? No, it's toxic atmosphere too. You cannot live there. It has tremendous, storms that happen on a continuous basis on the planet Mars. But for some odd reason, we want to travel to fucking Mars. We want to send a manned mission to Mars when there's no way we can sustain life there. We have to bring our own shit to be able to sustain life on a fucking another planet that we just going based on scientific data. Yeah, whatever. I mean, and then you have Jupiter, which is a complete gas fucking planet. There is no surface on Jupiter. Jupiter doesn't have a surface. It's a gas planet. And it's toxic too. And then you have Saturn with its fucking rings, and it's almost as far as I think it's like a gas planet too, or something like that. And you have Mercury, which is I'm sorry. Then you have Uranus, which I think Uranus or Neptune, one of the fucking two, is a complete fucking just gassy planet too. Then you got Pluto, which is completely freaking frozen and cold. There's no way of sustaining life out there because you're furthest away from the sun. But at a point in time, I remember growing up, we were like, yeah, Pluto's a planet. But then next thing they got older, said Pluto's not a planet. We disregard it. It's just a fucking rock. And so Pluto then became, no, it's a planet. So they couldn't make up their fucking mind the rest of that. So we're supposed to take as far as what people say, oh, aliens exist. And then, or aliens don't exist. Make up your own mind for your own judgment. I simply am doing a podcast to expand your mind. Yes. Expanding your mind. That's what I'm here to do, is to expand your mind and to pay attention to the small little facets that you see daily and then to kind of piece them together on how things are. Like I told you, um, you know, why is there always bright lights with aliens? What, they need to fucking spotlight you to see where you're at? Oh, there you are. He's right there. Bam. Really? That doesn't make much sense if the aliens want to stay hidden out of the sight, be sneaky, deceptive, and they're supposed to be an advanced species. Why the fuck are they using light? I don't know. But and then on top of that, there's always like, hey, why are they always taking the intelligent people? Because wait, I guess the aliens want to investigate and target smart, creatures, not dumb people. So you telling me the fucking alien's biased? Fuck kind of shit is that? But I mean, who knows? I mean, they talk about Roswell, New Mexico, that there was a crash landing of this flying saucer, and that's been around for years. And they said that it crashed landed, and that the flying saucer that crash landed had alien bodies that were recovered and they were taken to a secure facility, which we all know and now to this day is Area 51, S4, and we were known about the whole thing because the one scientist who decided to break all the rules and shit, I think the scientist, Bob Lazar, who said yeah, he worked on aircraft that were similar in nature and they couldn't figure it out, and he decided to leak the whole information because he just didn't know what the hell to do. So I just don't get it. It just like damn it. Damn. You know. So there's a lot of incongruent um I don't know how to say it. It's just a lot of inconsistency with a lot of stuff. Even though people said, oh, there's something out there, has to be something out there. And then you have other people that say the other thing um about UFOs. They said, "Oh, UFOs? Oh, they're just time travelers. They're just us that are time travelers going to um back to the past just to see how things were and how things are and trying to figure out how things go together and work." I'm like, so instead you're suggesting that aliens don't exist, that they're just us in the future who have developed a way to make time travel possible, and we just decide to go back in time to view already past events, you know, to see what happened. And in the same time as we're going back into the past, because we're a time traveling machine, that we decided to just, levitate people and take them up to the mothership and do experimentations on them too. Because that's what a lot of people have said that if that's us, Chan travelers, going back in the past, that we're UFOs to them and we're aliens to them and we're just taking them to spacecraft and just doing experimentation on them just to figure what again? I, I mean, what is it? This is Back to the Future or something? Is this what you're talking about? Instead of we don't have a DeLorean, it's a finely tuned space mobile that we've kind of intricately that manifest. Just hey, this is us. Smoke and mirrors, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke and mirrors. If you ever wondered how, um, for instance, if you ever wonder, you go to a magic show and magicians are incredible. Like I practice a little bit of magic myself. I do a little magic. Um, Not all the time. I pick it up as kind of a hobby because I think it's pretty cool and fascinating. But if you ever watch how magicians they practice so long and so hard on how to make things be presentable and to make it appear when in front of a live audience, in front of people. And there's one movie, matter of fact, was it Swordfish with John Travolta in it. And he said, because he was I guess the one character with the hair slicked back. He said Harry Houdini or David Copperfield. He said he made an entire, I think it was elephant, whatever, disappear in front. He could make anything or whatever disappear in front of a large crowd. And you know how he did that? By misdirection. Misdirection. I believe in that. Then sort of talk of aliens, coming down here, 3 foot tall aliens, taking up to the mothership and doing whatever the hell they're doing. But I rather have the perception that misdirection is a hit and not a miss when talking about unidentified, well, UFOs, unidentified flying objects. I believe that's a hit instead of a miss. Misdirection. If I can sell you on one way that I'm going somewhere this way, your attention is diverted directly to that. And you're missing exactly what is happening to the left of you. Magicians do this all so perfectly whenever they be able to, get down their routine. So if I'm doing a magic card trick and I'm trying to conceal a card, I could have a number of people stand in front of me. A number of people stand in front of me. And literally, I could do a card trick right in front of those number of people. And I can have a card appear, and I can vanish that card appear and have them all looking at me and not see that I have secretly hidden that card, and then move my hands around and still showing people I don't have anything, and then reappear that card. Misdirection. Some of you say, well, that's just sleight of hand. Guess what? Sleight of hand goes with misdirection. I'm misdirecting your attention to something else. And in a way, I'm very calm. I'm very smooth on my display. My presentation is smooth. It is only the inconsistencies ones where there is a hiccup, which our attention for that moment is not diverted. It's almost as let's say a glitch in the Matrix, where boom, you catch it, you're like, holy shit, I just saw that. And it throws you off because like, wait, what the hell is that? That is something that you weren't supposed to see. That is pretty much where there was a accident on, I would say, the elites of the elites, who having messed up because they're not perfect. They make mistakes, but they minimize their mistakes very small, very minute, so that way you cannot catch on to the deception of what they do. But at the same time, we have many people that believe in a certain thing, and that belief will carry on because they're now clouded. And when I mean clouded, I mean they're clouded in their judgment, and their judgment means not wrong, but they're clouded in their judgment because they're not looking elsewhere. What they're looking at is a straight path, and that path is what they're seeing. So their belief, their way of thinking is that way. And we all have it clear as day. Each and every one of us have where we have a straight mindset on what we think on a certain subject, topic, or whatever. And as we do that and we're on there, it is very hard for us to divert. But in that instance, as we're on there, if there is that glitch, our attention will pick up on it like, wait, what the hell? It says like this. If I like to do go in layman terms to try to make sure everybody understands. Let's put it this way. Thinking of a good one. 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 Can't come up with a good one. Thinking. I know I have one, but oh man, I really want to do a good analogy on one, and that's gonna come to me as soon as the goddamn show's over. Shit. But you have to understand if your attention is diverted for just a mere minute, that's what catches your eye. Okay, now I've had it. Okay. If you're looking at a field, and you're looking straight ahead, and if I'm running across the side, either left or right, and I'm running, and are you gonna pick me up? from your peripherals. You probably are going to pick me up from your peripherals. That's the little glitch. You're going to pick me up on your peripherals. Reason why? Because something has caught your eye. Something is like kind of like in there shuddering, which is me running fast, that you're going to pick up. That's going to be like, oh, I just saw that. That's the irregularity. That's the glitch. Now, same situation, same scenario. You're staring out to this field, and then next you know, you see me walking slowly, slowly. But I'm moving, I'm stalking slowly. It's almost like snipers. They're moving, have to move like 100 yards, but they're slowly moving. Their movements are slow. You barely see it. Now, if I do that for so long, and I'm like looking like I don't see anything, I'm not going to pick up on it because guess what? The glitch is very minimal, or the irregularity is minimal that you cannot detect and you cannot pick up on because your thought process or whatever you're looking at, you're believing on, or your thought is looking straight ahead. You're focusing there. But you'll pick up on the irregularity that glitches when it's not supposed to, where it's boom, it happened and it's like, oh shit, that's the wrong. Same way. Same way as what's going on and what's happening. I'm telling you, people, it is what it is. Don't think that this is something that doesn't happen. It's the truth. I'm bringing it to you as the truth and showing you things happen. So, oh, and we've then came to the conclusion of another wonderful show here on the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show, with your host Brent. Show went quick. Started talking about a lot of things. Do aliens exist, or is it a massive deception? Well, for one, I would say I'm not quite sure if aliens exist, but I do believe that humans, create tons of deception in order to fuel an agenda that they ourselves want to accomplish and to be able to get over. And it always has, to me, when I think this way, it's always because of the almighty dollar. Not just the US dollar, but money in general. So, like I said, it's the coolest, the Coolly Cool Show. We're rocking from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, even in Antarctica. And if you hear us in Antarctica, let me know whether you think it's the show is good or not. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also follow us on our other social media platforms. You can follow me on my TikTok channel at Coolly Cool Show. Follow my YouTube channel, Coolly Cool Show. You also follow my Twitter channel at Coolly Cool 2412. You also follow me on my Instagram page, Brent_the_champ. So, you heard it here, live in the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolly Cool Show. So, got a work week ahead of it. So, hope everybody has a great, safe work week coming up. So, take care and bye.